Hi, welcome to Holiday Does Halloween. Today I'm going to be making apple chips for the very first time with a caramel dipping sauce and this. So let's get into the ingredients that I have laid out for here. We're going to be using honey, vanilla, sea salt, cinnamon, apples, sugar, and some cayenne pepper over here. And for my equipment, I have a pot for making the caramel, the sheet pan with parchment paper for the apple slices to dehydrate, candy thermometer to make sure I cook the caramel right. I have this bowl of water. It's of water and lemon juice so that the apples don't brown. And I have this little mason jar where I'm going to mix the seasonings in for the sprinkle over on top of the, sprinkle on top of the apple pieces. And I also have this multi-purpose tool that my grandma gave me, and right now we're going to be using it to slice apples. So let's get started. So okay, let's start slicing these apples. I'm going to use, like I said, this multi-purpose kitchen tool on my little slicer. And first I'm going to try it on thin just to see like how it works because I never used this one before. You're just going to go back and forth with it. I'm actually quite surprised how well it's cutting. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it on thin then. Oh, it looks like it's getting full. So let's see how thin the apples are coming along. Or how the apples are coming along. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Whew. Wow. Look how thin these slices are. I think this is going to make a really nice crisp chip. And that's our main goal. So I'm just going to put the rest of these, like I said, in this lemon water so that they don't brown while I'm cutting the rest of the apples. So cute. Like, adorable. I'll just leave that one out because we don't want the bite end. Just want nice, fresh, honest to goodness apple. Reset, and just gonna keep slicing along. I'm running into problems because this isn't quite as large as my apple is, so I feel like I'm gonna get some chopped up spaces. Throw some seeds. I was just trying to, well, I failed at trying to get them out. And you want to be really careful if you have one of these types of machines because you don't want to slice your fingers off or anything. Of course you can use a knife, but I don't really have any. Well, my knife skills aren't to par where I can just slice it as thin as this can, or as evenly. Now that's fitting again. Just keep going. Oh. I'm gonna pull again. Yeah, that one's easier. Just get them all nice into it. As you can see, some of the seeds are coming out, and that's great because we don't want to eat no apple seeds. We want no little Johnny Appleseed. That's cute. Yeah, that's cute. Alright, boom. Yeah, so let's do one of these red apples. I do believe that they are a Honeycrisp apple, so they're nice and firm. And the green apple I was doing is just a Gala apple. It's just a Granny Smith. The green apple that I was doing was just a Granny Smith apple, not just a Granny Smith apple. It's a good apple. All these apples are very tasty, healthy for you. Buy some apples. And here we go. So like I mentioned, my grandma, she's given me this little machine. And it can do a lot of cool things, like it's a salad spinner, a little mixer, and I like it. I've used it quite often in my life. Do some more slices. Like, again, look at that. nice thin. You can almost see through it. That's crazy. Crazy. Dumping it in this water. I'll use this more often. Thank you, Beazle. Beazle's the name of my grandma. At least. Not her actual name, just her nickname. So now I'm just gonna go and pat dry some of the apples. I'm not 100% sure if it's necessary, but hey, it could help with the whole dehydration process. So I'm gonna go lay a few out. I want pretty ones. Full circles. Boom, boom, boom. A little mixture of the red and the green, or the Honeycrisp and the Granny Smith, because those are the two apples that I put down. Just gonna do a quick little pat, 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 pat. Just gonna put them here to dry. Well, I already dried them off because I patted them down. But yeah, boom, 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 boom. Looks like enough for the first batch. We're only doing one batch, right? Yeah. I'm really excited to try these. Hope they curl up a bit. So you can get a nice little wavy chip. That'll be nice. Where did the water go? Oh. And as you might have guessed, I drained the apples so I can like rinse off some of the seeds. But since we had so much, like some of the seeds got trapped, so you just want to like flick them off yourself. But it's all good. You won't eat a seed. You're fine. So this looks like enough that it's dry right now. So next I'm just going to put them on the pan for the oven. Alright, so now I'm going to place them on the pan so that we can put them in the oven. And I was thinking, I might could use these slices to make nice little apple tarts. So, who knows? Maybe that'll be a future video. Let's see. Oh, I like that one because it has a nice little star pattern on it. Very cute. And I don't think I need to worry too much about the spacing for it. I wish I had a bigger pan. I should maybe invest in one of those. It's a little seed. It's being stubborn and staying on. And one more. Which one? Let's pick a good one. This one. Yeah. Like that. Alright, so I'm going to put these off to the side. And now we're going to make a nice little seasoning to sprinkle on top of our apple chips before we put them in the oven. And I know I'm using measuring cups, but really I'm just, there's no actual like measurements. I'm just eyeballing it. It's up to your taste. So if you like things to be more on the sweet side, maybe grab a little bit more sugar. If you like things to be more on the salty side, maybe do a healthy dose of salt. But I'm just, it's easier for me to get down into it with this. Some cinnamon. Cinnamon's always nice, especially around this time of year. It's a nice little fall additive. And let's see. And lastly, some crushed red pepper, so cayenne pepper, to give it a nice little kick. So it's not too sweet at all. And again, I'm not using any type of measurements. Wish I had paprika, but oh well. Darn it. And I'm not using any type of measurements, and I'm just gonna give it a nice little shake in my little mixing jar. Yeah. So it's all ready for me to sprinkle. Alright, so now I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit on top. You can go heavy on the sprinkle, light on the sprinkle. It's all to your taste. Tasty little apple chip. You can do it on both sides. Well, you can put seasonings on both sides. I'm just going to do one side because I don't need too much seasoning on it because, like I said, we're going to be dipping it into a caramel sauce. I don't want it to be too... I guess that would be weird to say I don't want it to be too flavorful, but I don't know. It's like one side's good for me. You can do two. It's up to you. Alright, and I'm going to start working on another pan, so see you in a bit. Okay, so with a nice last little touch of sprinkling of the seasoning, these bad boys are ready for the oven. Just saw the apples are in the oven and they're getting all nice and crisp and like their edges are curling up. It looks very cute. So I'm going to start working on the caramel dipping sauce, and I'm just going to make like a little, like maybe a half or a quarter of the normal recipe, but like the full recipe will be down in it. But I've just made like caramel so many times that I can just whip it up whenever I need. But basically it's just you want to do equal parts of sugar and honey, and just want to just start prepping that right now. Alright, I'm going to want to use equal sugar to honey ratio, and using honey helps, like, it makes it a little bit foolproof, because since it's already a nice liquid state, you don't have to worry about your caramel just like breaking or just like becoming hard crystals, and you don't want that. So this should still enable us to have a nice hump. I did not. Get my little spoon here. Alright. It's pretty good. Right over there. And now I'm just gonna mix the honey in with the sugar. Try to get it nice and incorporated. And I'm going to do a little splash of vanilla in a second. Just going to moisten all the sugar with the honey. Because I always love to put vanilla in just about everything I cook. Splash. Alright, so now I'm just going to go put this on the stove and let this melt down. So I want to keep this on a kind of a low medium heat, because you don't want it to just like burn, or it will bubble up really quickly. So this is pretty much a all eyes on endeavor. You want to stir it to make sure it doesn't stick and burn, like I said. Basically you want the sugar to melt, and once it's melted, I'll stop stirring. And if this is your first time making caramel, I suggest you start out slow. This is a pretty good consistency you want for a dip. Obviously, if you wanted to make something a little bit harder or like a chew, you're going to want to go and you cook it for a longer or higher temperature. And like we said, down in the description box, we'll have those temperatures that you'll need to use. Yeah, and as it cools, it'll get a little bit thick, but not too hard, where we won't be able to dip our nice little chips in. Okay, so we just popped these out of the oven, and I love how they came out. They seem really nice and crisp. If you look at the edges, they kind of curled up and they kind of look like little flowers. We have it plated next to some fresh, non-baked or dehydrated apple slices with the caramel sauce that you saw me make. And that's for if your friends are always like, I'm not really into the whole chip of an apple thing. I just want a good old fashioned apple to bite into. So we finished our apple chips, and we have a nice caramel dipping sauce. And like I said, this is for Holiday Does Halloween. So these are nice little treats to have, like if you're going to have friends over to watch like a little scary movie, to take to an office party. You can give these to neighborhood kids or like the children at church that you might teach. And I just wanted to show you one of the chips and how it goes. Crunch. Oh no, it fell. So I'm just gonna go take a bite. And I don't know if you heard that, but it's just like ridiculously crunchy. And there's that nice little kick from the cayenne pepper. And you dip some into the caramel. Look at that. Nice little consistency. I think this is a very nice treat for you to share with your friends. So in the comment section, please let me know if you tried it or if you're thinking about trying it. And please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Stay tuned for more. And remember, trick or treat, every day like a little holiday. Until next time, happy Halloween!